in anyone's presence and come up with the right answer. So it's all right if you have another question.
Okay, I have a few questions. My first one is, I used to think that God, he was made by a seed. How did God get created, or was he just everlasting, or was he created by someone?
I think I heard most of it, but
She was asking whether God created himself or was he created by something or someone.
Oh, all right. You're going to have to get the tape, I think, on this. That's a question that everyone that I know has asked me, and especially people that claim to be good thinkers. They want to know what was in the beginning. Even in the Quran, it asks us, in the beginning it was, and they got a question mark. So you're in the right place for asking it. But the beginning of things that we know are the origin of Allah himself, in your language, God, is energy. If there was no energy, and if the energy did not have intelligence to it, there would be no Allah or no God. So in the beginning, now you can't see energy. You can't see it. You can see evidence of it, but you don't see it. Now, if in the beginning, the space and space matter, out of that came an energy with intelligence to it. And it produced, or it allowed itself to create what it wanted. It's the same principle as how you got here. When that happened, God made it a law. Everyone that exists and everything has to follow the way God did it. And especially if you're human or at the highest point of expression of intelligence. When your father decided to have a child, it had to be a thought. And the thought is actually energy with direction. So he confronted your mother and told her, I want a daughter, or I want a child. Then they went to work to produce the idea of what he just said. From that was a microscopic atom that came from your father, injected into your mother, and it began to take on or develop this coded intelligence until after 9 months it had completed the body from that energy from the beginning of the thought, and then you come out. So this is the same way Allah created himself. From the beginning it was just energy with intelligence placed to it, and it produced or created what we see today. It hasn't stopped. And this was done in total triple darkness. And when the sperm or seed of man is placed in a woman, it's the same thing. It goes back, just like it was in the beginning, in total triple darkness. Are you all understanding what I'm saying? You understanding this? You don't understand. The best way to grasp what's being said is to listen at the mathematics of it. Not what I say, but how it is said. Everything that Allah does, because he did it, he made it a law. Things just don't happen by itself. It can only happen if Allah did it first and then make that a law. So any action from that point on has to repeat what he did. So when we talk about creation, if the Quran asks the question, in the beginning it was She don't know nothing about the Quran, I don't think. She come and ask me the same thing. Well, God created himself, well, in the beginning, it was what? It had to be energy. It had to have been. The energy had to have an intelligence to it. When you impregnate your wife, you expel a lot of energy. But you put forth with that energy intelligence. And you're reproducing, or you're going over the same thing that God did himself. It wasn't a woman there. Space itself was the womb. You understand that? Well, get the tape and study it. And don't look at me and say, well, that's what he's saying. Well, if you can prove me wrong, prove it wrong mathematically. Come confront me. Look me up. Matter of fact, once I find out, if I hear that you found out that I'm wrong, I'll come to you to find out where did I err. Not to argue or debate, but I want to be right. Because right is the only thing that will save you or make you progress. You can't take what you think in this day and time and think you're going to make progress. That's not going to happen. Because everything that you can think of has already been thought, and the trap has already been laid for you. But when you have the formula of truth, and you know how to work it, nobody can trap you. Nobody can trick you. Nobody. Or nothing, because you have the formula. It's the same thing. I may take the sister here and start teaching her about calculus. She don't understand how to do it. I may trick her up until she learns the formula. Then I don't care how come I can't trick her. So don't look at me and say, well, this brother thinks he's smart, or he's just saying this, or he made this up. Well, if you can prove to me it wasn't energy in the beginning, and the energy didn't have intelligence, how are you going to prove that? It had to have been something that was in motion. It had to be energy. And to show you how powerful, how much energy is in thought. You know, you can talk to a person based on what you're saying. They don't have to open their mouth. Their body, just their thoughts would make their body speak to you. You know, speaking from the tongue is only 35% of a conversation. The rest of it is your body language, produced from your thought. That's the power that thought has.